Hello and thanks for joining us. If you're just tuning in for the first time, my name is Jesse and this is a part of my comprehensive Meteor Hammer / rope dart tutorial series. In today's video, we're going to be covering twining the rope around the neck part 4. This movement is also called entwine with 4 steps. First, let's start with the demonstration. I'll show you one more time. Now from the left side. One more time. Alright, so before I go on to explain this movement, first I will tell you that this requires a lot of spinning. And because it requires a lot of spinning, it's actually very easy to get dizzy when you're doing this movement. So don't overdo it with this one. Practice safe. Try not to get dizzy and fall over when you're doing this exercise. Alright, so this movement is just a little bit complex. So in order to explain how to do it, first I'm going to have to break it down into several steps. Now, before we focus on the part that involves your rope dart or your meteor hammer, we're just going to look at the footwork. So the first thing that you want to do is determine a direction to go. My anchor hand is my left hand, and my left side is going to be my direction of travel. So as I'm facing you, I'm going to go to my left. I'm going to take a step forward in a counterclockwise spin with my right foot. And I'm going to move my entire body in one piece. Okay, so that's my step forward with my right foot. Now I'm going to continue this counterclockwise rotation by taking a step backward with my left foot. This allows me to turn 360 degrees while traversing forward. So this is the first part of the movement that you want to get comfortable with before you move on to work into any of the other parts. One more time, the movement looks like this. Going to my left, 360 degree spin while taking 2 steps. Now here's what you want to avoid. Moving the body in pieces, either upper first or lower first. Something like this, trunk, step, step. That's what you want to avoid. Trying to moving your trunk or your torso first, and then taking a step, twisting your torso, and then taking a step again. So if you try to do this while you're incorporating your spin, it's going to get really ugly really fast. Okay, so you want, first things first, get that nice fluid motion, spinning your body in one piece, moving your upper body and your lower body together. Now, once you've drilled that a few times and you think you're comfortable, then let's work into the meteor. We're not going to twine the neck just yet. First, let's just work a front spin. So once again, my anchor hand is my left hand. My left hand is at the front. I'm going to be spinning to my left in a counterclockwise motion. So, right hand is at the rear. These are my 2 steps while I'm spinning in a front spin. So, if you're new to Meteor Hammer and that movement looks a little bit difficult for you, then we can break it down into several pieces. And you'll be surprised, it's actually very simple to do. First things first, in a stationary position, we could start with our front spin. Remember, I'm going to my left. My right hand is at the rear. My left hand, which is my anchor hand, is at the front. So, first thing that I need to do is clear a path for my right foot to step forward. If I try to move now, there's a chance that my foot could get caught in my rope. So the very first thing that I want to do is move the meteor to the left side of my body. This clears a path for my right foot. Then I can take a step forward. Now I'm going to continue my rotation to counterclockwise. This way, I can take my step backward with my left foot. Now, see, the meteor is still spinning in the exact same direction. If I just turn this way, it's all the same. Okay, so nothing happens with my hand. Now when I'm here, I can take a step with my left foot. Then to finish off the movement, I can bring the meteor back to the front side of my body. So, once you get more comfortable with this motion, then you can start decreasing the time between steps that you take and decreasing the amount of spins that you have. So, in demonstration, it's here, turn, step, turn, step, turn. Okay, it's pretty simple to do when we break it down that way. Now, after you get comfortable doing that, practice it. Practice that stepping and turning. And I'll tell you something that will make this a little bit easier to do if you're new to this motion. So when you're spinning this, I talk about clock positions. And this 6 o'clock position for the meteor when you're spinning is really, really crucial in terms of coordinating the meteor with your footwork. So every time the meteor gets to that 6 o'clock position, that's when you want to take your step forward. So, watch as I do this. I'm spinning, 6 o'clock step. Now, as I get to 6 o'clock again, I'm going to step, bringing the meteor back to my front. So, when I tie these all together in 2 steps, 2 continuous steps, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Okay? That 6 o'clock position of the meteor is when I initiate my turns. And this will make more sense when you tie in twining around the neck with this movement. All right, so once we get the hang of that, now we can practice incorporating the neck into this spin. So this is kind of difficult to talk through. So I'll just give you a few tips. The first tip that I'll give you is when you start with twining the neck from your front spin, it's going to touch the right side of the neck first and then the left side. Now this is assuming you're right-handed and your left hand is your anchor hand and your right hand is your spinning hand in the same fashion that I'm spinning it right now. Alright, so as you take your first step forward with your right foot, that is going to unwind the rope from the left side of your neck. It is no longer going to be touching the left side of your neck, and it's going to peel away like so. And for the rest of the spin, until you slow your rotation, the rope is going to make this U shape around your neck from here to here. And you can feel that tension pulling into the right side of your neck. And that is the tension that you want to pay attention to when you're spinning. If you can feel that pull, you're doing it properly. So that's the first thing that you want to pay attention to. And the only other tip that I'll give you is when you're twining around the neck and you're taking your steps, remember that 6 o'clock position for the meteor before you initiate taking your next step. So I can't really talk through it a whole lot because it's kind of tricky to get the timing down. I'll just let you figure it out. But remember those 2 tips that I told you, the tension on the right side of the neck and then the 6 o'clock position for the meteor. So in practice, it'll look something like this. And I want you to pay close attention to the timings of the position of the meteor and how I coordinate my footwork around the position of the meteor. All right, so that's all I have to say about that. But one question still remains, and that question is, if we can do this movement from a front spin, can it be done from a reverse spin? The answer is yes. Yes, it can be done from a reverse spin, and it's actually not that difficult to do. In fact, the footwork is the same, and the timing between when you take your step and where your meteor or your rope dart is in its spin is the same as well. So if you can do it from the front spin, you can definitely do it from the reverse. I won't show you in this video. I can't move too quickly with these. But maybe I'll make a bonus video, and I'll demonstrate the sequence of twining the neck, forward and backward, front spin or reverse spin. So I'll leave it at that for now. If you really like these tutorials, you want to see more tutorials, you want to learn more moves with your rope dart, with your Meteor Hammer, go to my channel, check out all the tutorials that I've made so far, and subscribe for more videos. I have a ton more videos to do coming up in the future. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.